middle part of the 3rd century was an extremely difficult time for anyone claiming to be a Christian. In 250 AD, under the rule of Decius Trajan, Christians suffered brutal persecution. Anyone claiming to be a Christian was required to sacrifice and offer libations, drink offerings to the pagan gods of Rome. And anyone thought to have anything to do with Christ was forced to sign a document stating that they had done so. The penalty for refusing to sacrifice and offer libations to the pagan gods of Rome was death. The document that Christians had to sign were known as libelli. Let's take a look at what believers had to agree to. We have always been constant in sacrificing to the gods, and now too in your presence, in accordance with the regulations, I have poured libations and sacrificed and tasted the offerings, and I ask you to certify this for us below. In 251 AD, Decius Trajan was killed in a battle with the Goths, and in 253, only a few years later, Christianity would once again suffer great persecution under the rule of Rome's new emperor Valerian. Historians record that bishops, priests, and deacons were executed. Those who refused to participate in pagan sacrifice were forced into slavery and their property was confiscated. It is very important to realize that these were people claiming to be Christians, while at the same time being forced to sacrifice to the pagan gods. Absolute proof that during the 3rd century, paganism was being blended with Christianity. A blend that is still with us today. Absolute proof. Earnestly contending for the faith once delivered to the saints, I'm Richard Reeves with Just the Facts.
There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
About 20 years ago, I found out that many of the things I'd been taught in church for most of my life were not based on what the Bible teaches, but rather on traditions that were gradually developed over the past 2,000 years. Doctrine based on the traditions of men that the Bible actually warns us about.
Time is the ally of deceit. Travel through time with Richard Reeves by way of a revealing study series that unravels the master plan to usurp the authority of the Creator. What did the 1st century Christians actually believe? What was the role of the emperors who ruled the world?
The emperor was actually a pagan priest, a priest of Baal. Elijah had confronted and killed the priest of Baal, and now once again in New Testament times we find a priest of Baal ruling the Roman Empire.
For centuries and millennia, the age-old deception intensifies as confusion takes its hold on mankind.
We have an adversary who cares not whether we call paganism Christianity or if we reject Christ altogether. Anything but the worship of our Creator in spirit and in truth.
Time is the ally of deceit. Now available in the WorldNet Daily Superstore.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going.